Welcome to the He's Got Issues Marvel Comics edition number 20. I'm John Cooney here to preview new Marvel Comics being released July 10th, 2013, beginning alphabetically with Astonishing X-Men number 64. The apocalypse has arrived, and it's made of ice. A catastrophic storm has buried much of the northern hemisphere under a deadly weight of snow, creating a kingdom where only one man rules, Bobby Drake. But Bobby's mind has become fragmented and lost. Who will stop his reign of terror? Next, we've got Avengers Arena number 12, the shocking finale of Game On. Apex squares off in bloody battle against... You'll have to see it to believe it. What does Deathlocket see on the very last page that will freak you out? Plus, Arcade makes popcorn to eat while watching the big fight. Oh, what a jerk. Next, we've got Daredevil number 28. There's one man young Daredevil feared, and now Matt Murdock is representing him in court. We've also got Fearless Defenders number 6, still guest starring most of the heroines in the Marvel Universe. Someone dies, stock up on tissues. Next we've got Hawkeye number 12. The sleeper hit of 2012 is now the can't-miss book of 2013, and probably will be the overhyped book you're sick of people talking about in 2014. Reeling from the events of the last issue, even Hawkeye wants to know what his new status quo is. Who's with him? Who's against him? Who's trying to kill him, and why? So many dang questions. And just when Clint's rock bottom couldn't arrive fast enough, then came Barney. We've also got Indestructible Hulk number 10, Blind Rage Part 2, Daredevil guest stars, Hulk vs. Urban Crime. Next we've got Marvel's Thor, The Dark World Prelude number 2 of 2, an all-new adventure leading you directly into the upcoming Marvel Studios blockbuster, Thor The Dark World. What happened to your favorite Asgardians between the events of Thor and the Avengers? What comes next? Find out here. Thor, Loki, Odin, Heimdall, Jane Foster, Sif, The Warriors 3, all this brought to you by the powerhouse creative team of writers Craig Kyle and Christopher Yost and artist Scott Eaton. Next we've got Secret Avengers number 6, Iliad Part 1. S.H.I.E.L.D. takes the fight to Ames' door with deadly repercussions. The Secret Avengers are outgunned and trapped in enemy territory. We've also got Superior Spider-Man number 13, Part 3 of No Escape. Superior Spider-Man teams up with the Lizard. Mayor Jameson demands that Spider-Man kill the Spider Slayer. We've also got Ultimate Comics The Ultimates number 27. Ultimates Disassembled begins. The hunt for the final stone puts the life of an Ultimate at risk, as Reed gets his first glimpse of Ultimate Kang's true motivations. For the world to live, an Ultimate must die, and he's really not happy about that. Next we've got Uncanny X-Men number 8. School is in session. Last issue, the Uncanny X-Men saw what can happen with no control over their powers. It cannot happen again. Plus, Cyclops and Magneto finally have it out. We've also got Wolverine number 6. Wolverine fights to save Nick Fury and escape from the helicarrier while trapped on the ocean floor. And at the end, Wolverine's world is changed forever. We're not kidding. This is an issue you definitely don't want to miss. And we've got Young Avengers number 7. 3 months have passed for the Young Avengers. What have they been up to? Fun stuff, I'll bet. The sort of stuff that makes an excellent superhero comic. This is truth with a capital everything. A very important breakfast, a new Young Avenger, a selection of emotions. Oh, I bet you thought we forgot about those scrolls from issue 1. We haven't. Out in trades this week, we've got Avengers Volume 2, The Last White Event hardcover premiere edition. The Avengers scramble to deal with the threat of another universal system as the new Atom's true self is revealed and the most dangerous hero on Earth is created. As the Avengers face the World Breaker and discover the imminent threat to the Avengers world, the hidden connection between the events of Avengers and New Avengers are slowly revealed. What good is a white event if it destroys the planet it was meant to transform? Plus, the Avengers discover Canadian super team Omega Flight got lost in the Garden Origin site and learn why adaptation is the scariest word in the Marvel Universe. Then, as Shang-Chi battles an ancient enemy, the Avengers hang out in Hong Kong's swankiest casino, but they soon find out it doesn't pay to gamble in the spy business. Collects Avengers number 7 through 11. Next, we've got Dark Tower, the Gunslinger, the Waystation trade paperback. When last we saw the Gunslinger Roland, he was following the Man in Black's path to find the Dark Tower and set Midworld right. Along the trail, Roland came to Tull, a sleepy little town in the middle of the desert where a Man in Black's sinister power has taken hold. Barely escaping with his life and leaving a pile of bodies in the wake, Roland arrived at the Waystation, where he meets Jack Chambers. Who is this sophisticated boy and what is his connection to the world outside Midworld? And is the Man in Black's flight across the desert just an illusion? Prepare for a tale of fantasy, horror, revenge, and betrayal, a tale that could only come from the mind of master storyteller Stephen King. Collects Dark Tower, the Gunslinger, the Waystation, number 1 through 5. Next, we've got Essential Captain America Volume 7 trade paperback. It's action aplenty as the Star-Spangled Avenger takes on and is brainwashed by the hate group National Force. But what shocking secret does its leader, the Grand Director, hold, and who's really pulling the strings? The answers will cost Captain America dearly. Next, Cap breaks into an impenetrable safe house, clashes with the Punisher while investigating a mob hit, battles the grotesque Adonis, and teams with Nazi hunters to right the decades-old wrong. Then all-star creators Roger Stern and John Byrne take the helm, putting Cap through his paces against Machine Smith, Dragon Man, Batroc, Mr. Hyde, and Baron Blood. But as Cap learns new details about his past, he mulls a daunting future. Will Captain America run for president? Guest starring Daredevil, Union Jack, Nick Fury, the Avengers, and the Hulk. Collects Captain America number 231 to 257. We've also got FF Volume 1 Fantastic Foe trade paperback. The Fantastic Four have formed a new team to guard the planet and their wards in the Future Foundation while they're on an interdimensional journey. Scott Lang, the Incredible Ant-Man, Jen Walters, the original She-Hulk, Medusa, Queen of the Inhumans, and Ms. Thing? But how does the world respond when the new FF makes its debut? And how does Yancey Street respond to a new thing? Then it's Valentine's Day at the Baxter Building, so why does that spell trouble for She-Hulk? Plus Ant-Man has already lost a daughter, so watch what happens when he puts it all on the line to save Bentley 23. Learn the identity of the villain pulling the strings and pitting family against family as the FF undertakes its rescue mission into the negative zone. Dynamo creators Matt Fraction and Mike Allred reinvent Marvel's first family now. Collects FF number 4 through 8. We've also got Gambit Volume 2 Tombstone Blues trade paperback. Gambit is hot on the heels of Joelle, the lady thief who crossed his path once before. But can he steal her away from the hordes of supervillains that surrounds her? Desperate to learn Joelle's secret, Gambit joins her on a heist that may be too much for even him to handle against zombified Hydra agents and the villainous Tombstone. Who will answer Gambit's call for help? Enter Rogue, who may just have an opinion or two about Gambit's extracurricular activities. Plus a team-up between the stars of the two biggest new Marvel series, Gambit and Hawkeye. And after receiving a distress call from an imperiled ESU archaeology team, Gambit heads to the Forever City. But how will he outwit the hyper-evolved locals and snatch the students and some loot? Collects Gambit number 8 through 12 and material from A plus X number 3. We've also got Hawkeye Volume 2 Little Hits trade paperback, the year's most critically acclaimed comic. Ace Archer Clint Barton battles Superstorm Sandy, Digital Doomsday, Dog Detectives, Lady Problems, Murder for Money, and more as Matt Fraction and David Ahmad continue their exciting adventurous reinvention of the Arrowed Avenger. Plus, the tracksuits are back, and they're aiming to kill. Collects Hawkeye number 6 through 11. We've also got Superior Spider-Man Team-Up Superiority Complex trade paperback. New creative team, new direction. A new age of avenging begins as the Superior Spider-Man, a.k.a. Otto Octavius, the former Dr. Octopus, teams with Wolverine and the X-Men. Then Spider-Man is forced to work with the Future Foundation as the future literally comes crashing in on them, threatening to destroy the Foundation itself and expose Spider-Man's ultimate secret. And did we mention Otto doesn't like kids? Next, when Electro returns, can Thor and Spider-Man set aside their egos to save the world? Probably not. And while Sleepwalker stalks Spider-Man in the waking world, something far more horrible has invaded his dreams. Finally, it's a look back at the greatest conflict in comics history, Dr. Octopus versus the real Spider-Man. Collects Avenging Spider-Man number 15.1 and 16 through 19. And last, we've got Thor, Gods, Gladiators, and the Guardians of the Galaxy trade paperback. The God of Thunder's most thrilling adventures are chronicled in this tumultuous, time-spanning tome. First, Thor tackles two technological terrors, the dastardly Damocles and his cobalt cannon, and the computerized consciousness called Faust. Then, it's a war of the gods as Thor and his followers take on Marvel's resident Prince of Power Hercules and his own awesome army. And last but not least, the far-flung futurist finale features Thor and the Marvel's soon-to-be silver screen stars, the Guardians of the Galaxy, in blazing battle against Korvac and his minions of menace. Guest starring Iron Man, Nick Fury, the Avengers, and more. Collecting Thor number 267 to 271 and annual number 5 and 6. Okay, so that's it for Marvel this week, but there's still plenty of other books out as well, so be sure to check out my YouTube channel at he'sgotissues.com to see both DC and Indies videos for this week, as well as my featured video with the usual roundup of all my favorites for the week, with a little more depth and insight than you get here. And if you like these videos, be sure to let me know by leaving a comment and subscribing. You can also follow He's Got Issues on Facebook, Twitter, Pinterest, and Tumblr to see everything I'm reading as I read it. So until next week, I'm John Cooney, and I've got issues.